It's no secret that both Twitter and the comments sections of news websites bring out the knuckle-dragging trolls. But this week, two female sports reporters revealed that there's no lower form than men who tweet to female sports reporters. This week, the blog Just Not Sports posted a simple video. Two Chicago-based female sports reporters, Julie DeCaro and Sarah Spain, sit face-to-face with men who read tweets the women have recently received. The men didn't write the tweets, they were just asked to read them.
I mean...
For some of the guys, it was more than they bargained for.
Just read the tweets, man. They're just mean tweets.
F this dumb.
One of the players should beat you to death with their hockey stick, like the whore you are.
DeCaro has written openly about being raped, and tweeters even took that on.
So I have to read all of them, right? Because, I mean, I don't...
Read them, I guess.
I hope you get raped again.
Hopefully this skank Julie DeCaro is Bill Cosby's next victim. That would be classic.
I don't know what to say to that.
The posting has gone viral, even getting a mention on the front page of today's New York Times. Virtually everyone agrees that while men get nasty tweets, nothing compares to this.
You need to be hit in the head with a hockey puck and killed.
And that's what you get for playing the women's card.
That's it.
I mean, as I was saying on the radio today, when men say things in the sports world or political, and people respond to them, it's always about their intelligence. You know, you're an idiot, you're a fool, you're a moron, you don't know what you're... But when it's women, it goes straight to their looks or their genitalia or why? Did that used to happen to you when you were?
Yeah,
well, you wrote today, so you're saying,
yeah, not as
not
often
like that.
because partly because I wasn't writing in the sports arena where
Sure.
I think things are kind of jacked up. But it is really amazing when there's this kind of mediation, what the keyboard, the mediation of the keyboard and the screen does to the human brain. Allowing people to just think it's okay to write something and not really imagine there's someone on the other end. I mean, when you hear that stuff read out loud, you realize what it is, and you kind of wish you could force those guys. And so oftentimes when they're confronted with it by a writer, because that's happened before.
Yeah, Kurt Schilling confronted somebody who was doing it about his daughter.
People once they realize it's a real person, even if you email someone back who sent you something kind of nasty, usually it comes back, 10 degrees more human.
There's been some pushback at him, even right here locally from some of the sports reporters. You know what? Women want to play in that arena, basically meaning our arena. You got to get tougher. You got to man up. What do you think?
Well, I can't talk about what it's like to cover sports because I don't do it either. But I can say that, I've worked in some journalistic capacity for 13 years, I guess. There are plenty of things that people could tweet at me if they wanted to make fun of my appearance. I'm not going to start rattling off suggestions, but it never has happened to me. It has never happened to me to get that sort of like sexualized violence, that type of rhetoric, wishes of physical harm. I can't imagine dealing with that. And the notion that anyone should have to resign themselves to that is sort of a matter of course since you've chosen to be in a certain sector of the media. I think that's ridiculous.
I agree with Adam. I've been at war with people on the internet for years.
I've seen some of your wars.
And I've never had been subjected to that kind of attack on looks or sexuality or anything like that. And one of the other things is this has become such a big story that it was on the CBS Evening News. And I almost think they did a disservice because they left out the worst of the worst. And you came away thinking, well, this is bad, but it's really much worse.
I used somebody, the one I didn't use.
It's really much worse when you see the whole thing. Twitter, for some reason, has become a particularly ugly forum for this. It's where Gamergate has played out, which has been a horrendously nasty place for women. For some reason, Facebook isn't as bad, although that can get bad too. But this is just awful stuff.
Well, one reason is that on Facebook, you're connected, most people are connected to an actual established identity.
You're supposed to use your real name, and most people do, so I think that has something to do with it.
Sadly, it's not unfamiliar to me, and I have people who are way more thoughtful. They take time to send me snail mail with nasty, horrible, gross stuff like that. They look up the address to do it, so there you go. So it's not unfamiliar at all.
I used to get a card a week from some guy.
Yeah,
I think he's
and
dead now. I think I'm happy
I
about
remember
that.
those.
Yeah.
I remember
But I
those.
think it's also, for these, a lot of what should be said, that how extreme it gets, if you think this is bad and couldn't show the worst one, as you said, some women have actually had to shut down all of their accounts and physically move or get out of the business because
people
it's
get
that
doxxed.
threatening. Yeah.
They get doxxed, which is
Yeah.
when people start releasing people's addresses.
Yeah.
But remember when the woman, I'm blanking her name, Robin from from the anti-Olympics thing, she got thrown off of Twitter and for something I don't even remember what it was for. But why couldn't Twitter stop these things from going through?
I don't remember why Robin Jacks, who
Yeah,
I've
Robin Jacks.
interviewed,
Yeah.
and for
Remember, she
stories.
got thrown off for a while.
I have a vague
Yeah.
memory of that. I don't know why. I think Twitter's policies when it comes to responding to complaints are kind of opaque, and there's some really abusive behavior that people try to call attention to, and Twitter doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's been a long-standing gripe of Twitter users.
Yeah.